Now that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out in theaters, a lot of fans around the world have been very excited and curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about the future of the franchise is that we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are developing a brand new Star Wars universe. In case you guys are pretty much just getting filled in on this, the new Star Wars universe is going to consist of a series of books, novels, comics, video games, live-action TV series, new movies, where they're all going to interconnect with each other and even with the Skywalker saga in order to create this new EU, similar in a way to what was done back in the 90s and the early 2000s after the release of Return of the Jedi in theaters. Now, they are modeling this new EU after the old EU, and in the process, one of the big plans by Disney and Lucasfilm is to really give us a library's worth of Star Wars content, whether it be, like I say, books, novels, TV shows, movies, the list goes on and on. Now, this is going to be a very tough thing for Disney and Lucasfilm to go through, obviously, because this is a stage in which they have to develop brand new content and also really kind of look at Star Wars Legends and try to stay true to that as much as possible in order to please the hardcore fans and to also create new fans around the world to really invest in the Star Wars franchise and to really kind of bring fans into a different direction of the evolving franchise throughout this decade. Now, on top of all of this, what's rather intriguing is that it's explained that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their new Star Wars universe that will kickstart sometime this March of 2020 to create a brand new EU that will tell new tales after the events of Episode 9 and filling in the gaps in between the other films. However, this not only has to do with books, novels, and video games, it also has to do with live-action TV series and brand new movies that are set for release throughout this decade. One of the big plans by Disney and Lucasfilm is to bring back actor Mark Hamill to reprise his role as the iconic actor of Luke Skywalker, and that Disney and Lucasfilm are looking for ways to fix Luke Skywalker for their upcoming projects. It's noted that they are trying to get Luke Skywalker back in action for The Mandalorian Season 2 in the form of a cameo by bringing Mark Hamill on set and de-aging him to play a version of Luke some years after the events of Return of the Jedi. It's explained that Disney and Lucasfilm are in the talks of developing a young Luke Skywalker TV series as a way to save the character of Luke and to please the fans that did not like how he was used in The Last Jedi by Rian Johnson. Now, additionally, it's noted that Lucasfilm and Disney are looking for endless ways to fix the character of Luke and to bring back actor Mark Hamill in unique ways for fans of the Star Wars franchise, and that they want to show a side of Luke Skywalker that is more proper and accurate to how he was used in Star Wars Legends material back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Disney has over 10 years worth of projects in the works for Disney Plus, both in animated and live-action form. Now, the thing about this, alright, obviously how they're trying to bring back Mark Hamill, what do I make about all of this? Well, I will say one thing here is that there's no doubt about this, that this is an act of desperation by Disney and Lucasfilm to really win back the hardcore fans and to really fix everything related to the character of Luke Skywalker. There's a lot of fans out there, including myself, who had a lot of problems with how Luke Skywalker was used in The Last Jedi. There's no doubt about that because of what Rian Johnson had done and what Kathleen Kennedy approved and all these different things, right? So, looking at their plan now with this new Star Wars universe and how it's going to apply to live-action TV shows and everything that there is to do with Disney Plus. Now, Disney Plus is actually said to be the home of their library's worth of Star Wars material. Like I say, whether it be based on some of the legacy characters or if it's going to be based on newer characters, you name it. They have over 10 years worth of material to actually develop right now that's in early development, including this young Luke Skywalker TV series. Now, this plan in order to save Luke Skywalker and to bring back Mark Hamill, like I say, is this really enough for the fans? That's my biggest question to you. Would this be enough to fix or save the character of Luke of the damage that was done in The Last Jedi? That's my biggest question. Now, I think it's all a matter of how it's going to be done. How they're going to do this on Disney Plus and exactly how it's really going to be done for the hardcore fans and how it's all going to be executed. Now, obviously, when we look at Luke Skywalker, we love to see more of the action side of him, right? We've seen a great side of the character in the comics recently where Luke Skywalker is going up against Ren and the Knights of Ren. By the way, Ren is a totally brand new character in the comics. You can really see that side of Luke that could have been explored just a little bit in the sequel trilogy in the forms of flashbacks if Disney and Lucasfilm didn't want to cut many of his scenes out of The Rise of Skywalker. And the last thing I just want to say real quick here is that I really do believe that Mark Hamill deserved way better in the sequel trilogy, and this would definitely be a way of repaying Mark Hamill, at least giving him a bit more limelight, the type of limelight that he deserves, the type of screen time, right, that he deserves, and what he actually does as Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, guys, like I say, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.